Shulk before he fought Robbie, actually. And he did win, so I'm hoping this goes well. Now, I also want to give a little bit more insight. The full Robbie tag and the Chai tag. So the Chai tag originally came from, you know how T is Mashi Kazuya. Imzon is a Bengali Mashi Kazuya, so he went with the Chai option instead. Honestly, and we're going to be going into game 1, Shulk versus Kazuya.
Okay, so basically what Shulk is going to want to do here is, there's one thing that Kazuya doesn't really have, and it's the same range as a Swordy that has Shulk's level of range. Like Shulk, the Monado has like the beam that comes out of it, which extends its range even further than it looks just by looking at the weapon. So what NYAPAKAPOW wants to do here is just keep as much distance between Kazuya as possible and just outspace him. Focus on spacing as much as possible. But again, because Kazuya has like loads of invincibility on so many of his moves, and super armor on others, that's not necessarily going to be an instant win, even with perfect spacing. So it's going to be a pretty even matchup, I feel like. I feel like they both complement each other's strengths and weaknesses pretty well.
I almost said Nyao because his tag is NYAPAKAPOW. So I like how he's doing a really good job of just constantly switching between the arts. And he was able to get a really solid stock by jumping off, but that's going to be the gates of hell. Going from 60 to 103.
That's going to do extra damage because Shulk's and Buster are at that moment, so...
exactly.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what the percentage modifier is on that for like how much damage Shulk takes, but it's very noticeable. You definitely feel that when you're in Buster. So this, honestly, I feel like with those Monado debuffs in mind, this might actually be as even of a match as I was saying.
Yeah, I mean, this is like a bit of an awkward matchup. If Nya is able to keep Imzon at bay, it's going to be very hard for him to make any moves. Now, one thing a lot of sword characters can do, and anyone with a really fast down tilt, is just constantly spam that, because that means no more electrics, or in this case, just get a ton of damage straight out of Smash Art, just send him off stage at 70.
Yeah,
give him a taste of his own medicine.
What works, works, you know? I mean, that's at 70, that's really impressive, because Kazuya is like isn't he like the only superweight DLC? Or something like that?
Yeah, he is a super heavy.
So he doesn't die, and also he's DLC, which just, like, that's a deadly combination right there. And he's got a catch-up mechanic.
He needs it.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
But yeah, NYAPAKAPOW is actually doing a really good job of keeping him at bay, but being off stage is worrying. But it doesn't look like it matters. He's doing a really good job of just weaving around. I mean, we're going to be saying that a lot because that's what you have to do against Kazuya. You don't want him to get the electrics because you're going to get electric upbeat. You're going to go straight to the top blast zone, and we're going to be going into the last stock now with Imzon trying to fly in, trying to get a falling there, a falling forward there, but NYAPAKAPOW is not going to allow this to happen, and that's going to be an SD from Imzon.
He's just going to hand the win to him on a silver platter there, fair enough.
Unfortunately, he just missed the ledge, and that means he's just going to go falling down, and he just has to watch as Kazuya slowly goes down.
Just sped it up with the down air. I'm actually like, now that I'm thinking about it more, like the whole thing with Shulk that is supposed to like balance Monado arts is that with every strength that he gains from his arts, he gains a weakness. Yep. But I feel like in the case of Kazuya's matchup, Kazuya will be able to exploit those weaknesses so much more than any other character, because if he's in shield art, then he takes less knockback, but that means that he can get comboed more. If he's in either Buster or Smash, then he'll take more percent and he'll die earlier. And he just... So like Kazuya should really be winning this matchup, but Giannis just playing the matchup phenomenally and just not letting Imzon capitalize on those weaknesses.
I love how Imzon's immediately just going to throw out the heaviest move in his arsenal. It's not going to work. NYAPAKAPOW is actually doing a really good job at just avoiding these really heavy hits, which do a ton of damage, which put him in disadvantage. So it's not going to work until he switches to Smash Art.
In mid-combo to just... I think he's just giving Imzon a chance, you know?
It's a power play in my eyes. You go in a combo, you switch to Smash Art, it's like, yeah, go ahead, have your shot, it doesn't matter, but Imzon is going to have his shot, he's going to throw out a laser, but NYAPAKAPOW does not care with a lovely counter off the side to take stock one.
Like, as much as people hate that counter, I still think it's like the sickest looking counter in the game, the reversed version of it.
It is very sick. It is so hyped to see it. I love to see it. I live to see it. But you know what else I live to see? Electric. He is not going to sugarcoat it.
Ooh. He is absolutely not going to sugarcoat it. Leaving a sour taste in Nya's mouth right now.
But that sour taste is about to go when he gets choke slammed into the ground.
You can't taste anything when your jaw's been ripped off by a Kazuya pile driving you into the ground.
I mean, he's going straight back into it. And once again, changing it to smash. I thought that original one was a misinput.
I think he's doing it intentionally.
Yeah, it pushes you out of the combo,
yeah,
so you don't keep getting electric. I never thought of that.
That's actually a really interesting idea for counterplay. I feel like, do you know if Nya has played this matchup a lot? Does he have like a lot of Kazuyas that he plays against?
So there is Matt in London, but that's really it. So Darkstalker does play a little bit, but it doesn't matter as much. But
that was really good SDI from Nya there, Jesus. Yeah. Actually escaping the electric in shield art. He didn't even change.
Imzon needs to be careful here because Smash Art is out. Electric into up B could hit, but it doesn't matter. With a change to jump art, he's just going to be flying around. He's not even going to give Imzon a chance. Trying to go far off stage. It's not going to work this time. Imzon once again in a ledge trap. A fully well, not fully charged F smash. Just to take the next stock.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like another thing that I'm really enjoying about this is that we're rarely seeing Nya without a Monado art active. Like, I mean, we're seeing it now, but for the most part, he's, like, ever since he activated speed at the beginning, he's constantly had a buff going for him, which, like, that's really good resource management, I feel like, because Shulk's arts recharge really slowly. Ooh, nice tech from Imzon. And the counter with the forward smash.
No, that is mean. That is awful, using the armor to get through. But this is Smash Art already. Nya is just going to ignore that and go for an F tilt, taking game 2.
But Imzon won it in spirit because he got the clip. So honestly, that was if you gave me like 100 guesses on how that down air was going to play out, I would 0% success rate. Absolutely.
Yeah, so one thing I think you might have noticed was that NYAPAKAPOW was actually going high a good amount of time because Shulk can usually get away with it. So if you use that S-Smash, go that little bit further, use that armor, you're just going to be able to take that stock. But right now it's not mattering because he is 2-0 down right now. Imzon needs to find something. I'm wondering if a change to Cloud might be in order, and I think it is, because we're on Town and City. He was telling me this is his favorite stage.
Yeah, here we go.
There it is.
He needs to break a limit real quick. Kazuya's hit his skill ceiling, and I feel like see, this is why I was asking earlier, like, who would win in this matchup, because they're both like two of the biggest swords in the game. Yep. Not necessarily in terms of range, at least not with Cloud. Like, Cloud has decent range for a swordie, but it's not nearly the beast it once was in Smash 4, where it was like, it probably was the longest, even longer than Shulk in some attacks.
Yeah, I mean, Shulk wasn't as useful, but that doesn't matter as much here. Right now, NYAPAKAPOW doing a really good job of just avoiding a lot of the strings that Cloud wants to set up, but Imzon needs to find these stray hits, especially while the Buster R is active.
The Buster R is definitely, like, as much as you want to camp it out because you're scared of it, it's so optimal to go in during that point as well, because you will get rewarded for it, which I really like as just an interesting way to play against Shulk.
Yeah, I mean, you do need to be constantly mixing up your timings as well, otherwise you will just absolutely explode that. With these massive hitboxes and all of these abilities just to be able to switch, you need to be so damn careful. And right now, Imzon's doing a good job of that. Just matching the pace. They're both playing it relatively slowly, both looking for their picks. And it's a really close game. It's much slower than that last game, that's for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like with Kazuya, he's more comfortable just going in and doing whatever he wants, whereas Cloud is just, you do have to play a bit safer because he's just, I don't know. I don't think that he's as good as Kazuya. Oh, and there goes the recovery.
I didn't even see him
right
that back air originally. I thought Imzon hit the back air originally. I take a look closer. I'm going to need my spectacles here because NYAPAKAPOW just flew behind.
He was being ledge trapped for a while, and then suddenly he was the one on stage ledge guarding. And I'm just, ooh, using the platform to get that backslash off into the sweet spot.
I mean, the thing is, you have to know these kinds of things with the characters. Just knowing these movement options, and he's going to continue to live with some amazing DI, but with limit online, he needs to be careful. Imzon, unfortunately, just going to throw out that blade beam. That's not going to connect here.
Do you think that he's going to cook next time he gets a limit? Is he going to cook?
Maybe not in this game, but if he's able to win a game or two, then he absolutely will. But he's now 2 stocks down. He needs to take this next one as soon as possible because he does not want to let Shulk snowball as has been happening so far. NYAPAKAPOW doing a really good job with smash art. If he jumps off with something like a forward air, that'd be really worrying. And he's just going to change over to Buster because he doesn't have to care about damage. He's on 150, he's on 145%.
Yeah, at this point you might as well just switch to like Buster and smash art because you're already at kill percent. It doesn't really matter. It's just going to like, it just means that you'll be killed sooner and then you can get off the blast zone sooner and continue to destroy your opponent. And at that point, there we go. He's finally back to 0%. Now he probably wants to play a little bit more careful. Or he could just back air right off the respawn platform and that'll take it.
With a 3-0 to NYAPAKAPOW. Moving on to winners round 3.
Very unfortunate, but it was a good, you know, it was a very good game from Imzon as well. He definitely played it much better than I feel like you or I would have done.
Yeah, I completely agree with that.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, that's how it goes. That's how it rolls sometimes.
I can't win them all.
Yeah, I mean, that's the kind of mentality you want to have. You can't win them all. You got to go into your next one. Just get refreshed for your next one.
This is, yeah, he'll probably, he says that he's been making a lot of losers runs lately. So,
that's true.
So we might see him, you know, fight his way through the pools. I don't think he's going to drown in pools. He's that guy. You know, he doesn't do that.
He is that guy. I can't argue with that. I do think he is that guy. But NYAPAKAPOW also kind of feeling like that guy. He was playing hot right there.
He was so, like, he was just oppressive. As much as I, like, respect Imran as a person and a player, it's always funny to see him get his censored rocked because I always get my censored rocked by him literally every week that I play against him at Smash Sense because he's just